Good morning, oceans of loving. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Australia. I think we have students in the morning, in the afternoon, and also in the night. So we are feeling the 24 hours with the light of the ascended masters, and that is wonderful. So let us be aware of this moment. Just be aware of your body, of your I am presence within. Be aware that we are creating a powerful force field given our hands to build up a cup where the light can descend to bless us and the planet. So, buenos dias, Mexico. Muchísimas gracias. And good morning, Texas. So, being aware of our bodies, being present in this moment, let us start it in God's way. So, dear hearts, welcome to the 7 Sacred Weeks, vlog 19. So, in today's service, we will perform the contemplation of the I Am Presence chart, and we are going to do it in a very fast way because our service, as always, is long today. Then we are going to talk a little bit about the pineal and pituitary glands and their connection with the heart. And after that, we are going to do the harmony decrease and finish the service expanding that harmony upon the planet or on the planet. And to start, just feel the mighty I Am presence within your hearts. It is so important to feel this presence. All the day long. Sometimes we can just stop 1 minute and just put the hands on our heart and feel the presence within. And then after 1 minute, we can continue our activities. But if we do it twice, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, we are going to hold our connection with our source of life. And our day and texts will be guided in the right way. So just feel your presence within. know that we are not the body, we are not our emotional body, or emotions, or thoughts. But yes, we are this presence, almighty presence within. Give thanks to be aware of your true self. Send it your love, your gratitude. And then let us do together the opening blessing. Beloved, mighty and presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever. Forever and beyond, for I am in you and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, let us move our attention to the Christmas star above our homes. We are building up a powerful thought form. Just visualize the expansion of the light of this star, and millions and millions and millions of rays descending upon the area where you live. Visualizing the whole area where you are being charged in this moment with ascended master consciousness, ascended master wisdom, ascended master love, tolerance, ascended master friendship, ascended master light. And now let us connect our Christmas star with the star above the Royal Teton Retreat. And just feel your connection with this sacred place. The heart center of this activity. Feel the presence of the Ascended Masters, the Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, God Harmony, Beloved Saint Germain, Lord Lanto, and many others. And also feel the force field that we are holding together through the love, wisdom, and power of our I Am presence within our hearts. And may the Ascended Master protect us, protect our atmospheres, protect our internet connection, protect this force field, and through it, may they pour boundless presence upon us and the Holy Planet. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear hearts, look to that beautiful chalice. My friend is spiriting, made it for me, and it's so beautiful. And I am using it. So let's take our water and do the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I Am presence, Saint Germain, Brotherhood of the royal Teton retreat, lords of the elements, empowering powers of light, please charge, charge, and charge this mineral water with whatever substances and virtues we need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the ascended masters in our physical bodies when we drink this water at the end of our decrees. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's put the water to the charge during the steps. And today we are going just to visualize with all the power of our hearts, our electronic circle of protection. Just visualize that you are in that position of the Tila, visualizing the violet flame blazing and blazing and blazing in through and around you. Visualizing the tube of light, of white, crystalline, white light substance descending from the presence and clothing you in the perfection of the light. Also seal that tube of light with the blue lightning of cosmic Christ purity, which gives to this tube of light 100% protection against discordant elements. Also feel your causal body. Where you have everything you need to fulfill your mission right here and now. And feel in the center of this causal body your source, the mighty I am presence within. And feel the connection of that presence within your heart. And by the wisdom, love, power of that presence, feel that you are in control of all the power and powers of your being, using it in this human octave to bless, enlighten, help, assist, motivate everything, everyone around you. And may this great presence of light keep us within this almighty electronic circle of protection, so that we may walk on this planet, fulfill our divine plan, but never more be touched by human creation. And I command it in the name, power, and authority of God, that I am, that you are. And I know it's done and it's sustained. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And to seal this visualization, let's do this called feeling the invincible power of our electronic circle of protection. So, not only with the voice, but with the heart together, let's call I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfill and now this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And that is a very simple statement. I am the invincible power of my electronic circle of protection, now manifested and forever sustained. And you can use it throughout your day. When you stop for just 30 seconds your activities or 1 minute, put the attention on your heart, just feel this electronic circle and say it mentally. If you are in a place that you shall not say it loud, so just say it mentally once, 3 times, and feel this reality. And you are going to see the results by your own experience and practice. So, dear hearts, today we are going to talk about the pineal and pituitary glands and their connection with the heart. And so, in the beginning, when I was writing this text or slides, no, I put this slide in the end. And then in the end, I told myself, no, we are going to start it by the end because it is so important that first we have a general vision of the thing, and then slowly or step by step, we are going to feel that general vision with details. And of course, it's not only one day that you will do it. You take a little longer, but we are going to do it together. And to start eating, I just want to say that everything that I wrote here, it comes from 4 sources. One is direct, that is the Ascended Master Saint Germain. So many of these things he taught me during the last 16 years that I am being training with him. So the first source is the Ascended Master Saint Germain. And then we have 3 sources that sometimes the Master gave me a seed of knowledge, and the Master told me to read what the Ascended Master had already written about that knowledge in some books. And I just use it by my experience, the theosophical books, so theosophy, the I am activity, and the bridge to freedom. Of course, I have some knowledge from Hindu teachings because there were 2 years of my training that the master asked me to read, for example, the Mahabharata, where people normally talk about the Gita, no, the passage of Krishna and Arjuna, and other books also like the Vishnu Purana, the Vedas, some Upanishads, and so on. But I think the basic that I always use, if it's not direct from the Ascended Master Saint Germain, you are going to find it in the Theosophic books, or in the I Am Activity books, or in the Bridge to Freedom books, or in some channelings that I have done myself. That is my source, and I'd like that you know that, because I'd like to tell you that I don't claim to be the owner of the truth. Of course, what I am telling you is from this source, and especially because even what I read was under the guidance of beloved Saint Germain. So, but I think every one of us, we are learning. We are under training. And sometimes even ascended master, because sometimes we are not ready to see the holy truth, he just put a seed of that truth in our heads. And so we start to think about it, but we are just seeing a little bit that truth that is much bigger. And in the beginning, we cannot perceive it. And so sometimes you can fight for our truth. And that is not good, because I don't know, I think there are those ones that start following me, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they don't know, but I am doing this service in Facebook in over 7 years now. It will be, I think, 8 years, 9 years in the end of this year. And but those ones that are with me 7 years at least, they know that I don't go to the profile of nobody to criticize them. I think everyone can do whatever they want in their virtual place, as I am doing what I learned direct with an ascended master, what I read in those books here. I think everyone has the right and freedom to do the same in their groups, in their profiles, because we have in Facebook and social media a wide area that everyone can use to expand their ideas, their truths. And I don't go to fight with anyone if they, for any reason, think different of me. But of course, in my profile, in my group, I expand just what I learned by my own experience. And I could never do something different to that. So everyone is free to do whatever they want. But when you come here, you are going to see that it doesn't matter if it is the Ascended Master Saint Germain that told me that, or if I perfect that idea through the Theosophic books, or through the I Am Activity books, or through the Breathe to Freedom books. That is a link between all the idea. That is, I don't know how to say in English, an homogeneous instruction. So the instruction, it's not here today I tell you that, in the another day I go to tell you something completely different. We are doing here like a child. A child, maybe one day you go to be a great engineer or a great scientist, but in the beginning, maybe in the basic school, you learn the mathematics principles. And then with the principles, then step by step, he or she, you develop the conditions to see better the numbers, and one day you start doing that big calculus of mathematics. But before that, they needed to understand the basics first. And so with me, I am doing the same. I don't claim myself honor of the truth. But what I do is because I learned in this way and I used it and I use it still this day and I have results. So everything that I go to tell you, you can accept it or you cannot accept it. It is up to you to accept or not, but it's just my truth, the way that I learned, and the way that I see the results in my own life. It was always in this way, and I hope to continue just to expand the truth that I am. And so, continue that. I put here in the beginning that was in the end, and I put now in the beginning to say because the heart is the highest center in our physical body or in our four lobe bodies. Always the heart is the most important thing because I don't know if you remember some weeks ago, I told you that we have 7 planes in the nature. No, we have the divine, the monadic, and then the atomic. Then we have the buddhic, mental, psychic, that is the emotional, and then the physical. And what happens? The Buddhic plane that is really associated with our higher mental body, causal body, and the I am presence. So to say, to simplify things in this moment, is the plan of unity. Below the Buddhic plan, we have duality. And that is not something good or bad. It's the way, the nature of the lower planets to have duality. And so the pineal gland within our brain is connected with the mental plane. The pituitary gland in our brain is connected with the psychic plane in this moment of humanity. And just our heart, that is the gate to our I am presence or the Buddhic plan. So we may say that in our heart we have the spiritual consciousness. And so the heart is the connection to that level of ourselves that is above all dualities. And I say duality as we perceive it, because when we study a little bit more cosmogenic, we are going to see that even in the Buddha, in the plan above, there is some duality, but it's not what we call here duality, but there is also spirit and matter, and spirit and matter is something dual, and they coexist together. But anyway, it's not the same duality that we talk normal in this level of our human experience, because the feeling of the beings that dwell above the Buddhic plane, they feel just the oneness with life and all that life is. And so, but when we are here below the mental level, so in the mental level and below it, we feel separate. We feel separated from each other, because that is the game of these four lower planes, or principles of our bodies. And so here I put a big here. So just to remember the pineal gland here, that is almost in the center of our brain, and that is a very miniature, I think about 6 millimeters. I don't know if I say correct in English. And that is really like a pea or a pine-shaped body. And from the pine, it received its name too. And so this pineal gland is here, almost in the center of the brain, and the pituitary gland is in the front. So here we have the eyes, and here we have the pituitary gland that is more like a pear-shaped organ. And so, and it's really interesting to note that in our brain we have everything that is dividing too, and even the pituitary gland, we have two parts of it, the front and the back of it, and only the pineal gland is just one thing in our brain. And in the secret doctrine, we read that the pineal gland was before, eons and eons and eons before, a real eye. That in that time of the development of our bodies, that we had just one eye, and that eye was really the pineal gland, that was just that eye, and that eye was in the back part of our heads, and even the animals in that time had this eye. And this eye that time had both functions, the spiritual and the physical function. And that was just in the beginning of the development of our bodies, when we have the densification in the matter, that we come from the higher planes and we start producing the substance necessary until we have this physical body as we had now. And what happened that a long time, because with the densification of our bodies, that lose the function of spiritual. It's not that lose that function, but because mankind, humanity, was fallen down or fell down into the matter, into the natural things, into the pleasures of the senses. So that I lose the spiritual part and was for a while just the physical part. And as the human beings more and more um, fall into the pleasures of sense, into the all other conditions that I atrophied and was internalized within the brain cavity. And together with this process came forth the two eyes that we have now in our face. And these two eyes that we have now, also because of that, still today our right eye is connected with the spiritual matters, and our left eye is connected with the material world. And it's so interesting because what Madame Blavatsky told us in the Secret Doctrine has some logical, because even that our eyes in the front is in the front of our face, we see that where is the images shaped, the place in our brain that we see the images is in this occipital lobe that is really in the back. So here the light is entering here, but the vision is formed here in the back of our brain. So what Madame Blavatsky told us, it's really something that has some logic. And it's the same that Saint Germain told me too. So, and what is interesting to see that because now the pineal gland kept or held the spiritual function, it loses the physical completely, because these two eyes were for to see in the outer world, and it held just the spiritual powers and the mental powers here within, and but just with the spiritual or the mental. Today, the pineal gland is the organ that you use for transmission of thoughts. Every one of us, we are using the pineal gland when we are thinking, because it's through this gland that we transmit thoughts to each other. And even when we are maybe with our conscious in direct in the mental plane to bring that knowledge here to this physical plane, you need to use the pineal gland. So every one of us, we are using it. And because of the both eyes that were formed, and one is connected with the spiritual and another with the material world, during our processes of purification, we can have great problems with our eyes. And especially when we are purification, our vision of the world or our vision of the spiritual things. And I have gone through this purification process in the first two and a half years that I was training direct by beloved Saint Germain. I found yesterday a picture I go to put it here for you. That is of myself in 2010. And that time I didn't take so much pictures always because of that. You see here, I have the year-long problems with my eyes. And I start in this part here was the left, and I always had problems with the left side. That was my purification of my vision of the world. But then in the end, I also have problems with my right eyes, where I perfect my vision of the spiritual world. So, and that was, I almost thought that I could get a cancer in the eyes, because it was over 2 years. Every week I had problems with my eyes. And that can happen when we are in great process of purification. That can be other things too, but probably if you are doing a great service of purification, you can have problems with your eyes. So come back. Also, the pituitary gland, that is connected now with the psychic plane, that the feelings, the emotions, so to say, is a plane below of the mental. No, this pituitary gland was also an externalized organ in the beginning of the formation of this planet. It's not that we had that as a human body, because that time it was not. This pituitary gland is the root that we call mouth. So, but it was like a mouth in the invertebrates animals. So, as the animals developed to higher species, this pituitary gland also was internalized in the brain cavity. And until today, we have this pituitary gland within ourselves. And both of these two glands are so important for our development of our spirituality. So both were externalized organs. And but the pineal gland, we had it, and the animals too, and the pituitary gland was a little before it started in the invertebrates. So, and why I am telling you that? Because as I tell you, the pineal gland is connected with the mental level of our beings. The pituitary gland is connected with the emotional level of our beings. And the heart is connected with our spiritual level. And so the heart is the higher centers of our beings. And so today in the world, we have the brain structure much more active than the heart. We say that the brain is active while the heart is passive. So we were for a long time in the age of the intellect. And for this reason, today we have millions and millions of angles of the truth, because was the time to develop the intellect. And what happens today, this pineal and pituitary gland, they work because every one of us, we have the activity of these two glands working right here and now, because we could not perceive emotions without the activity of the pituitary gland, because all the emotions that come and we perceive in this physical body needs to have the activity of these organs, the pituitary gland, because it's just through the pituitary gland that we can perceive the emotions, as we can just perceive the thoughts through the pineal gland in this moment. And because, and these two, normally today we perceive just the lower subplanes of the mental plane with the pineal gland. And both the lower mental and the emotional planes, we call it the psychic plane, the astral plane. That it's more to say the feeling, but also the lower part of the mental. And because in these two planes, the lower mental, the higher is connected with the higher mental body. That is our true self there, the dwelling place of our individualized feeling of I am. And so, because we are more concentrated in these two lower plans, that is in the emotional plan and the lower mental plan, and those plans we have our accumulation. So our accumulation, negative accumulation, all the wrong patterns, disturbed patterns that we have experienced and we carry on our beings, we find in those plans, and all good things too. But most of the negative things we find in those plans, and especially in the lower part of this plan, and especially in the lower parts of the psychic plan, the emotional plan. So we have the vision of the things of the world, and even about the essence of the truth through the filters that we have in our mental and emotional body. So everything that we perceive normally, we are not perceiving the truth. And even someone tell us the truth, we are going to just perceive the part that is connected with the accumulation, the filters that I have in my mental and emotional body. And for this reason, sometimes we try to explain something for someone and they are not able to understand. Because even when you are using the right words, that person doesn't have enough substance within, or substance, I am telling you, patterns, enlightened patterns within the emotional and mental body, so they cannot understand your words. You can speak in English or in your own language, like me in Portuguese. To someone in Portuguese, if I explain, I can use the best words in a simplified way. They don't go to understand it because they don't have that condition inside themselves to understand what I am telling them. So I perceive the words through the patterns that I have in my emotional and mental body. And I can just perceive really the spiritual part of myself when I begin to purify that emotional and mental level, so that they can be open to perceive the spiritual part that is always in the heart. And so today, because we have this psychic world that everyone is telling something different from another, we have, it is what happened because we developed too much our mental and emotional level through centuries and centuries, and now the brain is still more active. And we are entering now in the age of the heart, and this we need to reverse. And what is something very important to say in this moment, because in the secret doctrine, and also Saint Germain told me, what we call third eye is the pineal gland, but is not the same as many people sometimes think, that the pineal gland is connected with this chakra, that is the broad chakra. But the pineal gland is the higher centers in the brain, and it's connected actually with the crown chakra and not with the broad chakra or the sixth chakra here between the eyebrows. So the pineal is connected with the crown chakra, And for this reason, it's connected with the crown of the Elohim. And also in the secret doctrine, we read that around the pineal gland, there is an aura. Now, in this moment, we cannot see it really because we didn't develop it, but there is an aura around the pineal gland with the activity of the 7 rays. That is connected with the crown of the Elohim. That is connected with the open of the crown chakra. And the pituitary gland actually is connected with this chakra. So that is with the basis in theosophic teaching. So you can have heard something different. It's up to you to think about or to meditate or to research a little bit so that you can form your own truth and idea. But it's for this reason that today we have here in the Western, especially here in the Western world, something so so funny. Sometimes you need to see it as a funny thing, because what happens sometimes, people just read things in the books and they get it for themselves, and they just don't get it for themselves. They start passing it to others or working on it. So here in the Western, we would like to be very smart. We don't want to purify ourselves. We just would like to go direct to the end and being enlightened. So centuries and centuries ago, you need, before you develop these 2 glands or start expanding these 2 glands, the activity, the powers and powers within this gland, you need to go through a hard process of purification. But today, no. Everyone think that they needed to meditate in the crown chakra to expand their pineal gland, or they needed to do something to expand their pituitary gland, and they needed to expand it. And they don't think of the dangers that it can happen in their lives. Because, of course, many times when people are trying to expand this chakra, they think that they are first expanding the pineal gland, but in fact they are expanding the pituitary gland. And this gland today is connected with the psychic plan. And so sometimes they open their inner vision, that what they call clairvoyance, and they start seeing things, and they say, oh, I am clairvoyant, I am perceiving spiritual things. But the spiritual things that they perceive come from the psychic plan. That is a very distorted truth. Sometimes from the lower levels of the mental plan, if there is some activity together with the pineal gland, but is still a very disturbing condition of the sense of the truth in itself, the spiritual truth. And people give courses to expand the third eye, to expand it, and they don't think what they are doing with themselves. Because first, for the Ascended Master, and I think I am getting a little time, but that is something so important. For the Ascended Master, clairvoyance doesn't matter anything. And I tell you, because in the beginning of my training, I was clairvoyant before, and the first thing that Saint Germain did with me, they closed. He put a protection around the pineal and pituitary glands so that I could really work in the purification of myself without being disturbed by the wrong part of my being that I would contact in the psychic level or in the lower levels of the mental plan. And so Every sensor, a student of an ascended master, and most of the time, if they have still lots of things to purify inside the self, the first thing that an ascended master do when they start really accept you as a healer and start doing training with you, probably you close your capacity to communicate direct with the emotional and mental plane. And that is a protection, because otherwise you can lose yourself. You can be lost in that conditions of several millions of distortions of the truth that you find in this psychic and mental level. So clairvoyance for the ascended master, clairaudience, it doesn't matter nothing. There are people that they are not clairvoyant, clairaudient, and they have great level of spirituality. And there are people, they are clairvoyant because some disturbance of the pituitary or the pineal gland, and they don't have no emotional control of themselves. They don't have no self-control, and they are not developed. What happens? Sometimes medicine, sometimes a strong drug that you need to take for a disease can open your clairvoyance. Sometimes, and I have heard that someone was doing acupuncture, I don't know if I say right in English, and it was a cat tap in a wrong nerve, and for a while that person became clairvoyant and was very disturbing for that person. So you can fall down, and that can activate the pituitary gland, and then you have the psychic vision. So it's really, it doesn't matter if you think clairvoyance, it doesn't matter anything for the ascended masters, because for the ascended masters what matter is the spiritual wisdom. And so in the spiritual wisdom you need to develop first your heart, and when you develop the wisdom of the heart, and then the wisdom of the heart, you take care to awaken this pineal and pituitary gland in the right way and not before. And for this reason, the Ascended Master always warn us so much to not try to develop or to force the expansion of your third vision or any kind of clairvoyance if you don't have a very experienced guide in your life, because otherwise you can get lost in these lower levels of the astral plane or the mental plane. You can disturb so much your pineal and pituitary gland that sometimes you need several embodiments to get rid of these conditions and be free. So it is very serious. I am telling you, and you may do not accept it. It's really very dangerous to develop these conditions inside your brain if you don't really work on yourself and have really a purified life. That means the purification of your body, of your senses, and of your self. You can get lost in really dangerous conditions. And today, everyone would like to channel, no? People love to tell, and we have channelings everywhere you read some channel different. So it's popular to channel the ascended masters. Everyone would like to do it. I myself, I don't like to channel. I channel only when it is made. You don't see that I am channeling every day. I'm channeling during the 7th sacred week when it is made, or during the year, if I have a message, even if it only motivation of the Ascended Master, I will open myself to do it. But normally I don't channel it, and I don't like to channel, because when we are channeling, that is always a big problem, because first, if we are channeling really an Ascended Master, the vibration and the frequency of the Ascended Master is so higher sometimes that my nervous system cannot support it. I need several hours to get through it. So I know inside myself how I need to control myself to be able to channel a real Ascended Master. Sometimes I need 7 hours, 8 hours to do it, because I need to keep my body in balance, and that is not easy. And people that would like and is willing to tell and want to tell, what happened most of the time, they are get influence from the psychic and mental level. And even so, what they are channeling is not the truth, is a distorted truth that is okay, but more dangerous than that, they are getting so much influence upon their nervous system and that two glands inside their brain, that they are causing great disturbance and balance in their spinal cord, in their brain, in these two glands inside them. And what can cause lots of diseases in his or her body. So we see many people really that channel and they become sick. And they become sick because the vibrations, the body, the nerves, they don't have a healthy body enough for that. And the body is not able to work in that vibrations. They are communicating with this astral and mental level and disturb completely the balance of the nervous system, causing a lot of diseases. Many people become so sick when they through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years continue try to channel the things of the psychic level. So that is really not, I love to tell people to channel the Ascended Master is not a child's play. We shall not do it uh, if we do not have a really healthy body. And I don't do it. I do it when I need to do it, but I don't like to do it if I don't need it, because I know how much, even from an Ascended Master, because of the vibration and the Ascended Master helping me for sure to hold the control. But even so, I know what happens in my own body, how much control I need to have to deal with these energies. And I know if I go over my limit, probably I got sick too. So normally when we are ignorant, we don't think about. But as we become some wiser, now to be wise in the path, we know that sometimes we need to come back because we know our limits in that moment. We know that one day we are going to be able to do that thing in a better way, but in this moment we cannot do, and we know our limit, and so we are very wise. And so in the golden age, we are entering in the heart age. And so the heart needs to be more active, because there we have the connection with our Buddhic plane. And so we need to reverse this condition. instead of develop the pineal and pituitary gland here in the front and the pineal gland in the middle of the brain, first we needed to develop the heart saint, the mighty I am presence within us. And for this reason, we have and do it always in our protocol, because as we really develop the mighty and presence within us, what happened? This center in the heart, the spiritual center, becomes so strong, and it takes control of all the chakras, of all the things in our bodies, and start putting things in the right place, in the right time, in a very natural way, without dangers in the path. So in the age of the heart, we need to develop our heart, and the heart needs to take control over our brain. And so just to remember you, for our teachings here in the 7 sacred weeks, the pineal gland is connected with the crown chakra, the crown of the Elohim, the mental plane. The pituitary gland is the broad chakra with the emotional level, psychic level, and the heart threefold flame. It's not the heart, the organ, but the threefold flame within is connected with the mighty and presence, the causal body, and the higher mental body that you, in theosophical teachings, we say the Buddhic plane. Body is wisdom, and is the same word that originated the word Buddha, Bodhi, Buddhic. And so that is the natural process, not only what we are doing, the natural process that is taught in the I Am activity, the natural process that we read in the Bridge to Freedom, and the natural process also the theosophic tradition taught us. First, we need to descend. We say descend, but in fact, it's not above, but is within the wisdom from this higher level of our beings into the heart. And then the heart expand and take command of our brain. The impulses of the heart start adjusting the brain structure to receive the promptings, the vibrations of this spiritual level of our being. And when the brain is ready, the heart, what happens? Take command of this whole part of our bodies, and even when it is ready, that it start working with our root chakra, with the energy that we call Kundalini. And that energy, the heart intelligence, the mighty presence within the heart, draw that energy within the heart. And when that happens within the heart in a very natural way, without forcing, because the heart is already governing all our other activity, what happens? It becomes a source of light, and from that light is released electric impulses within the brain. And this electric impulse first will awake the pituitary gland, and that gland will expand in a very light way, and start off, it will be like an ascension for the pituitary gland, and that gland will move the focus not more for the psychic level but the mental level. And when it starts working there, it sends another electric impulse that comes from the heart to the pineal gland, and awake completely the powers with the pineal gland. And that gland also has a kind of ascension and became to work in the higher mental level in the Buddhic plane. And when that happens, that union of the pituitary and pineal gland within our brain structure, it forms like we call the all-seeing eye of God. And that is the enlightenment of our heads, and is the point where the brain becomes one with the heart, and we pass the fifth initiation and become an adept or an ascended master, so to say. And that happens in a very natural way. And we are going to talk more and more about it. You see, that is something that we need also to warn together, and that it takes a little bit time. And I decided to talk everything this today because it's so important, because we are doing it in the 7 sacred weeks. And we are doing maybe the long process, but it is the right process. It's the process that you can get through without being trapped in the psychical and mental plane. And if you do it, you are going to have your victory of your ascension, maybe, or in this embodiment or in the next embody, but without going through any kind of risk. But if you decide to do it in another way, just your mighty and presence in the ascended master can protect you, and even then they cannot do anything if you do it by your own free will in doing something wrong. But that is what we are doing in the 7 sacred weeks, developing the powers within the heart, because there is the gate to the Buddhic plan. And then with the expansion of the heart, we are expanding the brain, but the brain to become one with the heart, really to have this power of light, and only the intelligence within the heart govern the activities of thoughts and feelings within ourselves. And when that happens, then the Kundalini is attracted to the heart by the wisdom of the heart. That means the mighty presence within us, the Christ presence within us, and then there is the enlightenment of the head, the pituitary and the pineal gland, and the junction of these two glands work as one, as the all-seeing eye of God. And then you become a first class of an ascended master, without losing embodiments in the illusions of the psychic senses or the lower mental level of thoughts, distorted thoughts. So that is what I want to say to you today, and take a longer time, but I think it's so important, and I would I told myself I need to explain it in the right way. And to finish it, I just would like to read it in some words of the beloved censored man, and I think we are going direct to the end to do some connection just with the harmony and close the session. And maybe next time I go to do harmony, because it's really over 1 hour 13 minutes here in my clock. So let's read that. The pituitary and pineal glands need to become obedient vehicles of the divine consciousness that lives within our hearts. When the heart becomes the Lord of our instruments, these two glands work together as if they were a single organ, which in the teachings of the Ascended Masters is known as the all-seeing eye of God. When this happens, the life stream begins to have a 360-degree view. It's really, when we are ascended, we do not see just in front of us, we just see completely in front, side, and behind us. We have a 36-degree vision from all the sides of this physical plane and all the planes that we dwell. And to seal our study, we will now read a discourse by beloved Saint Germain talking about this subject, the all-seeing eye of God. So it's a discourse from the volume 4, from the I Am discourse, I Am activity. There, Saint Germain told us, there was a time when those which are known today as pineal gland and pituitary body were one. They were the all-seeing eye. The skull or brain structure, which was of denser substance, was in no wise any obstruction to the use and activity of this inner eye that really looks in all directions. To the all-seeing eye, no form is an obstruction to the vision. At all times, the all-seeing eye has the form of an eye as you know it today. And we talk a little bit about that, the third eye and the externalized organ that was the pineal gland in the past. The greatly dimmed activity of that function, even today, causes you to sense a presence behind you as well ahead of you. As this previous time, as the soul drew, at this previous time, as the soul drew into denser form, it required the activity of an arc, as it were, by which the two activities in conjunction step down the activity of this inner vision. So that is connected with the formation of these two eyes that I told you. This sparkling broke the image of the vision, the same as an arc breaks up the current, and instead of a steady flow, which was in intermittent jumps. This causes the presence intermittent activity. This became necessary as the outer form reached a certain density not wise to explain at present. That was not easy to explain that present, and today I talk just a little bit to you, a little bit more of the development of our bodies. And we are going to talk more about it in the future. If there could be a continual flow or connection of light between the pituitary body and the pineal gland, and that flow happens when the heart sends the electrical impulses to the pituitary gland through the expansion of our heart center, we could see everywhere and through all things at all times. This is really the inner sight. This would be the same activity as when they were one. Or, in other words, unite them into their ownness again. When one can visualize the two as the all-seeing eyes within, wonders might take place. And why wonders might take place? Because if you, through the mighty presence within our hearts, are visualizing the union, the communion of these two glands inside the brain, and the illumination then, but the connection with the wisdom of the heart is just really a powerful activity where everything from above can come forth to this physical octave, and really the mighty presence can govern perfectly our outer activity. So I just put this discourse of beloved Saint Germain because it's really connected with the philosophical teachings. And you see that he is in the 30s when the master wrote this book, the volume 4, and the theosophical books with these informations are from the 1890 or the beginning of 19 to 1910. So that is still older than I Am activity. And so in this moment, I just today don't go to do it because it's way we are going to She needed at least 40 minutes to do harmony, and I don't go to make it too longer because otherwise we are tired. But I just want that you connect with the presence of God harmony, with beloved Saint Germain, with the Mahachohan, and especially with God harmony, because without harmony we cannot expand our heart center, because the heart itself, the presence within that heart, is the source of harmony. So just feel the presence of beloved Saint Germain, the God harmony, and beloved Mahachohan around you. And feel the violet flame of Saint Germain descending and blazing through and around you. Feel the flame of comfort of beloved Mahachohan surround you, giving you peace, comfort, calm. And feel the flame of harmony, of God harmony, being directed into your threefold flame, and just absorb through the mighty presence within your heart this harmony flame. And now feel this harmony flame in colors of gold, pink, and blue, in the colors of the threefold flame, being expanded into your holy body. Just feel these three flames, golden, pink, and blue, flooding and enfolding your physical body, your etheric body, your emotional body, in your mental body. Calm the activity of those bodies so that they can be a perfect instrument of your mighty presence in this world. Just feel violet flame, comfort flame, and harmony flame expanding in your aura, and say, I am perfect harmony. I am perfect harmony. I am perfect harmony. Feel this harmony. Trust this harmony. And be this harmony. Just feel the presence of God harmony now touching your heart and flooding your heart with His blessings of harmony. And just receive His harmony. And now, let us pour his harmony to the planet. Let us visualize the planet surrounded by his luminous presence. Beloved God, harmony, luminous presence. Let us visualize the harmony flame bathing the planet, blazing in, through, and around the planet, its atmosphere, and our life within. And let's visualize that the harmony flame is anchored in this moment within every human, angel, elemental that belongs to this evolution. Let's visualize the harmony of God flooding the atmosphere of the planet, beautifying the thought forms in the atmosphere, and raising the atmosphere into higher levels of emotions and thoughts. Let's send harmony to the physical body of human beings. Let's send harmony especially to the emotional body of all human beings. Let's send harmony to the mental level of all human beings. Let's send harmony to the forces of nature. Let's send harmony to the spirits of nature. Let's send harmony to all the nations, all the spiritual groups, all the children of light, all the leaders of nations, all prominents. Let's send harmony of God to bless everyone in this planet, and may through harmony we can find the truth and its essential condition. Let's feel harmonious, and let's visualize the victory of harmony, that everyone live in peace, in communion with their God presence within their hearts. And let's heal this work with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the Master knows and serves. from the center which we call the race of men. Let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where human creation dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now let us take the water and finish the call for the Elixir of Life. Beloved I am presence, Saint Germain, brotherhood of the royal Teton retreat, lords of the elements and powers of light. Please charge this mineral water with the blessings from the Ascended Master's octave of light, and put here all the substances you need to restore the beauty, youth, health, vitality, and perfection of the Ascended Masters in our physical bodies. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. Transmute this water into the elixir of life. We are so thankful. By the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done right now. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. So let's visualize this water. Charge it with the harmony flame and all the qualities, Ascended Masters qualities that we may need to manifest the wisdom of our beloved mighty and presence in this human octave, and be free from human creation forever. And let's drink it together. Cheers. Now put the attention on your hearts, and remember there is the source, the spiritual source of your being. Pour your love upon this source, upon all Ascended Masters, Elohim, Archangels, cosmic beings of light, and all who have assisted us in our cause. Pour your love upon all life within this planet and earth itself, and may this mantle of love seal everything and everyone, blessing all life on this planet. May this love alone rule us all today and forever. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And beloved mighty and presence, Ascended Masters, Elohim, Archangels, our higher mental bodies and cosmic beings of light. We sincerely send you our love and gratitude for all the blessings received and for all those yet to come. Take our decrees, our visualizations, our knowledge, and multiply them thousands of times more each day and hour. Make them ever increase in their power until we have the momentum of light necessary to have them visibly manifest in our hands and use. For our blessings and the blessings of mankind and our life on earth. What we have called during our session for ourselves, we also call for all human beings, until only love, wisdom, and power of God lift us up in the eternal victory of ascension. We are eternally grateful. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am one with my source of life, the cosmic light, God Almighty, fulfilling all this call I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. We feel it is true, we accept it as true, we manifest it, we manifest it, we manifest it right now. By the power of 1,000 suns and the light of God that never fails, I command, I demand, and it's done. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And now, dear heart, just give thanks to the Brotherhood of the Royal Teton Retreat, to beloved God Harmony Saint Germain, beloved Mahacharan, Lord Land, that was here with me, really near me today. Let's send our gratitude for all the blessings and knowledge received. Let's send especially our love and gratitude to our source, our beloved I Am Presence. Let's trust that there is just this presence operating in our life and destiny, and we don't need anything else. We just need this presence. And from it, we have all things. Acknowledge the supremacy of your I Am Presence. And let's finish it with the closing blessing. Beloved Mighty I Am Presence here, there, and everywhere, we love you, bless, and thank you forever, forever and beyond, for I am in you and you are in me. We are one on this journey through eternity. Almighty I am, Almighty I am, Almighty I am. And dear hearts, thank you so much for being here. Excuse me, I just knew that I needed to speak a little more. I'd like to comprise it, to do it shorter, but it was not possible. And I think maybe because it may have a reason that I don't know, but I heard it that I needed to explain a little more, and so I did. So we need to jump some decrease and process. Maybe we are going to do it in the next vlog. I don't know. I was thinking the next service to do some connection with the karmic board, because we needed to start preparing now our karmic meditation for June, and the activities of the karmic board starts now in 15th June 15th. So let's see. I go to talk to Saint Germain and see what the master inspired me to do, and if for the master is okay. I think next time we are starting with the harmony service, and then just in the end, when I finish it, I go to continue with our theoretical part, maybe from the pineal and pituitary gland. We are going to jump into the etheric body a little bit, and then to the emotional level that we need to continue to explain. First, in a general view, our 7 principles, and then after the general view, we are going to talk about all these kind of things, especially the nervous system and the spinal cord. But first, you need to have a general view of the things. Otherwise, we cannot understand the details inside. So let's see what happens. But if you have a suggestion, I accept it too. I go to analyze it with the love of my heart. And I just would like to say I love you so much. Thank you for being here. And I wish you the most beautiful weekend with your family and friends. And a just glorious week. Stay in harmony, in peace, and don't forget, just connect with the mighty I Am presence within your heart, because there is the source of the truth. Not the truth I speak, not the truth that the others speak, but the truth of your source. And every one of us needs to do it one day, to get the truth direct from our source. So God bless you, and I see you next week. Ciao.